I built success on top of fear. Have you ever experienced this? You know what you need to do, but something inside you freezes. Fear before posting, fear before calling, fear before speaking, fear before taking the next step. And maybe from the outside, people actually think that you're doing great. But inside, your nervous system is running in loops. I know that feeling very well because honestly, I lived with a lot of fear in my life. And what I want to share in this video is something that took me years to understand. Because there's a huge difference between pushing through fear and healing your relationship with fear. If you're an entrepreneur, creator, business owner, wanting to understand money, manifestation, and also the nervous system on a deeper level, please subscribe to this channel here. So first, old situation, fear everywhere. For most of my life, I was extremely introverted, very insecure, and my mind constantly running in loops. Years ago, when I was running teams, leading teams, I could literally lie awake for nights before presentations. No sleep, just tossing around. Just stress building up inside me. Fear. And then after the financial crisis, I ended up in a $1.5 million of debt. And honestly, that activated even deeper layers. Fear, shame, guilt, pressure. I felt like my entire life had collapsed. And this brought me into what I call the hero version. Because something happened, I rebuilt it. I started a cleaning company. I built it to 60 people in less than 4 years. I built speaking, seminars, and coaching on top of that. How did I do it? And what did I do? Well, a lot of it was pushing through the fear. Cold calls, stages, sales, hiring and firing, pushing it to the next level all the time. That's why I say I created a hero version of myself, an identity that was a hero. A version that just did the thing anyway. And to be fair, that phase created a lot of success. From the outside, it probably looked strong. My big realization and an important shift, what I learned later was this, because something very different. I hadn't removed the fear. I had just built success on top of it. The fear was still underneath. Almost like I had locked the monsters in the basement and just kept performing upstairs. And eventually, life cracked me open again. And this brought me into phase 2 here, because a relationship completely broke me emotionally. And suddenly, the basement door opened. And all the things I had pushed away for years fear, sadness, nervous tension, emotional pain came floating back. And this became phase 2 of my life. Less pushing, more awareness, more self-acceptance, more understanding, more honesty, and maybe most importantly, allowing myself to actually feel the fear. Not run from it, not fight it, not perform over it, just letting it be there. And then still taking action. To me, this is a big difference between force and power. And honestly, that action feels very different. Softer, calmer, and much more grounded. When I look back, my energy it very often came from force, pressure, survival, fear of failing. And now it comes much more from awareness. And this is something I see in many entrepreneurs and creators. A lot of people are succeeding. A lot of people are pushing through, while their nervous system is screaming underneath. And eventually, that becomes very expensive internally. And that's actually also a huge reason why I created the income block decoder. Because most people don't really understand what patterns are running inside them, what fear is attached to money and success, what their nervous system is actually doing. And this decoder helps you uncover money patterns, emotional loops, nervous system reactions, deeper identities around success and fear. And if that speaks to you, there's a link below this video. The deeper shift here, one thing I've personally experienced from doing this deeper work is that many things connected to fear start loosening naturally. What I mean by this is when I opened the door to the basement and let all of those monsters come up, and when I told myself this is okay, it's okay to feel the fear, this is human, I understood and I saw that I let go of a lot of things that I have tried so hard to improve during my life. Sleep improved. Addictions. I had a lot of alcohol consuming in a part of my life. I smoked. And I stopped smoking early on by forcing it. But I still wanted to smoke. But after releasing the fears or accepting them, there's not this longing for smoke anymore. Biting nails. And also just the feeling how before the constant nervous tension actually just slowly releases. And this is not because you force more discipline, but because the nervous system slowly starts feeling safer. And I think that's a very different way of living. So anyway, I just shared from my own journey here. Maybe someone needed to hear this today and also want to maybe be a little bit more curious about what's in the basement instead of just pushing all the time. And I'm curious, so if you watch this on YouTube, have you ever felt like you've built a version of yourself on top of fear? And if you are in our community, there's a link below. If you are in our community and you watch this, I invite you to go a little bit deeper in your reflection here. All right? See you in the next one.